Hello and welcome everybody to another Aetherdrift Drift. I am Paul Cheon, and today we are sitting at rank number 32. We had a nice little run in the last draft. We came a little bit short, but given that we started out 1 and 2, we rattled off 5 in a row, and then we were in a trophy match, losing to a better deck, but hopefully we can get the trophy now. I want a trophy. I can smell it. I smell the mythic rare that we're going to first pick. Now, before we head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need to buy some booster boxes or some singles to round out your constructed decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, make sure you check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, dice boxes, there's no place better. HeavyPlay.com is the place to go. HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. They're also going to have a really heavy convention presence. So if you see them, make sure you tell them Paul sent you and you'll get 10% applied as well. Man, I've also been jamming a bunch of Explorer matches now. Man, I have been playing so much Magic. Not only have I been making all these videos, I have spring break, so I'm making a week's worth of video ahead of time because I'm going to be in Los Angeles, but I also have to test a bunch of Pioneer, or excuse me, Explorer, because the Arena Championship is 2 weeks away or something like that. And I haven't even played the format because I didn't even cast the Pro Tour last year. So it's been tough. I've been playing a lot of different decks, learning a lot of different things, and I still have no idea what I'm going to play. Okay, remember what I said about Mythic? How many times have we seen unstoppable plans? This is like the third or fourth one in the last 2 drafts. Alrighty, well, that's not what we're going to take. There is actually, you know what's funny about this pack? There's like 2 playable cards. Okay, that's a lie, maybe 3 playable cards, but Venom Sac, Legak, and Nimblethopterus are like among the better options, but we're taking stock up, so good enough pack for me to open. I'm happy first picking stock up, but wow, the rest of that pack was bad. I feel bad for... sorry, Bronzeback. I feel bad because they got a kind of a stinker there from me. If I see like a Scrounging Skyray or a Marauding Mako, should I just move in? Just whatever. Blue-red, let's go. That is not the case here. There is Redshift, which is okay, but not great. There's a Pothole Mole, which is also just fine. There's a Risen Necro Regent, which doesn't really go well with the stock up that we've taken, so this is kind of a weird pack. I just trying to figure out where it is I need to be. There's Risen Necro Regent, and I suppose Skystreak Engineer as the other option. I don't really like Nesting Bot. I'm just going to take the Necro Regent. It just has the most upside. It's not at its best necessarily in blue-black, but if I have other ways to start my engines, it ends up being okay. I just think the upside here is much higher, and stock up is our first pick. If we get the Necro Regent and we get a bunch of white or red Start Your Engines cards, I can certainly see moving in that direction, but this is a really, really strong payoff card if you are in the max speed deck. If you're green-black, it's not particularly strong, but in black-red or black-white, I do like it a fair amount. And now we're going to take Spin Out, it seems. This is another pretty weak pack. There is Night Market and Dredger's Insight as the only other option, so very, very happy taking the Spin Out here and having a nice removal spell and a nice top-end card, assuming that I'm in some kind of speed deck. Alrighty, what do we have? Yep, this is kind of a stinker. There is Guidelight Synergist. If I end up somehow in Esper, this can be okay. This is pretty bad pack. Defender Rider and Broken Wings are fine green cards. Spectral Interference is also just kind of a fine playable card. But I have had black-white decks where you can get a bunch of artifacts. And this has Evasion, which actually works with Start Your Engine. So I will take the Synergist here just because I think it has the most upside. And then just kind of move from there. I guess there's also the Surveyor. But this is more replacement level. Let's take the Synergist here for now and see where this goes. This is right now, I'm just trying to find my lane. We're just trying to find our lane. Now, well, yeah, another weak pack. We might need to start playing other formats. I feel like this format is now completely solved. And it's kind of lame when you just see... Alright, I'm going to take Bounce Off, I guess. When nothing excites you, it's like, do you move on? Do you move on to something else? Okay, so here, that was a late Bounce Off. So now I'm looking at Hull Drifter, Scrap Compactor, and Starting Column. If I do end up drafting all the different colors, I guess starting column is more interesting. But I'm just going to take the Hull Drifter. It's on color. Or it's, whatever, it's blue. It'll be fine here for our deck. And now we have the choice between Night Market and Siphon Fuel. Don't really care about the Gear Seeker Serpent. I'll take the Night Market for the mana fixing. I already have a spin out here, and now there's a Dismal Backwater, which I really like as well. So we're getting some decent fixing here. Keen Buccaneer is also a totally fine playable card, but if we do end up in some kind of artifact shell, I just feel like we need to be responsible with our mana fixing. And it does look like blue and black are our potential base colors here. I do like the Sarcophagus too, just to get my engines going. But let's take the Backwater. And now, I guess, is the time to take the Scrap Compactor. Now, noting that there's also a Leonin Surveyor, if I did want to go that route. But you know what? If I'm going to do the artifact thing, I think I'd rather just have the Compactor. And losing out on the Surveyor is not that big of a deal. Okay, blue's pretty open. Skystreak Engineer, legitimately, I almost second picked it. So getting it that late is pretty reasonable, I think, for us. And yeah, what is our second color? That's the question. Guidelight Matrix. Wow, what was that? Guidelight Matrix I don't love. I think I like the Interference a little bit more. Okay, well, we're mostly blue. We didn't see Broadcast Ramblers or Ride's End, which are the cards that indicate that white is open. So I think if I play white, it'll be on a light splash. Probably. Well, if there's a card that you want to splash, it's certainly Perilous Snare. We took a couple of the good mana fixing cards as well. We have some Start Your Engines cards, so I think this is the pick. It's definitely better than Embalmed Descendant. There's also Broadcast Rambler. We might table the Tranquil Cove. The other consideration here is Pactile Terror, just because we might be looking to do an artifact thing, but we're not even super heavy on artifacts. So let's take the Perilous Snare. It's just by far the best card in the pack. And then move on. Honestly, there's still a world where we end up in blue-white as well. So we just need to be mindful of that as well. I do feel like blue is where we want to be, though. The question is, what is our second color to pair with the blue? Is it black or is it white? There's an Engine Rat here, and there's also a Bulwark Ox. If I'm blue-white, I definitely want to make sure that I'm a little more aggressive. I had a blue-white, more of a controlling blue-white deck earlier, and it did not feel great. I saw these two black cards, but then black seemed to dry off afterwards. So you know what? I'm going to take the rare here. Let's take the Bulwark Ox, but noting that I do want to make sure that I respect my mana curve and just make sure I have enough creatures here. Although now we have Interface Ace and Engine Rat. I don't like the Ace. I know I took the Ox here, but let's take the Engine Rat here. It's just a much better card, and just kind of see where things go. Well, I just realized that the Nesting Bot didn't even table from the previous packs. That's a late Elvish Refueler. I don't even think this card's particularly strong. It is okay if I'm trying to beat down with the Ox, though. Or I can take... You know what? I'm just going to take Starting Column. I think the mana fixing from the column is going to be very good. And now we have Canyon Vaulter, which is a nice artifact. Oh, excuse me, Diversion Unit. Canyon Vaulter also in the pack. All right, we're getting some artifact themes going here. And now we have another kind of whiff of a pack. Think we want to be blue-white. All right, what do I take? I'll take a Ticket Tortoise. It's an artifact. I don't love it. That's a super late Far Fortune. What the heck? Can I find a way to play that? I don't think so. Dang. That's a late Veloheart Bike too. But I guess I'll take Walking Sarcophagus. It is a 2-drop artifact creature. So it's not the most embarrassing thing in the world, especially if we want to be a little bit more on the aggressive side. And now I will take Broadcast Rambler. I just think it's much better than just taking the land here. And why don't we just move into maybe a blue-white deck here, splashing black. Good top-end artifact card here as well. Trinkle Cove tabled. Love that. Here, I don't know that I want to be a 3... Well, am I ever playing Aether Jacket, though? Probably not, right? Actually, I'm more likely to play that than the Raceway, probably. So let's take it, although noting that we probably won't play it. That's a late Gastel Thrillseeker, so Rakdos is wide open, but we are not in really a position to be in that direction. Leonin Surveyor also gets our engines going. It's a 2-drop, so I don't know. Maybe we can draft more of a blue-white tempo-y deck. I'm not sure. We'll see. 12 cards. Yeah, black, like, we only saw the Engine Rat, and I'm not even sure that Risen Necro Regent is something I want to splash. If we have a lot of starter engines, sure. But, like, I want to splash black for the artifact payoff cards. So, you know, Pact All Terrors, cards of that nature. Because our artifact count is pretty high. Somehow blue didn't seem super open this way. I don't know, it's just a weird draft. All right. But we will try to make do with what you know, the information that we have here. Roadside Blowout versus Keen Buccaneer is the pick here. I like both, but I do like Roadside Blowout a fair amount. Although I wonder if this is the place where I need to take a creature, but I am still kind of light on interaction, so I'll take that for now. Like, the only color that felt like it would have been strong to go into would have been Rakdos super late. But based on our start, that seemed nearly impossible or very, very difficult. That's a Gastel Thrillseeker. Seat of Arma is obviously a bomb as well. But double green is just impossible to exhaust, and Transit Mage is fantastic. So we will take that. Very, very happy to see Transit Mage when we have 3 good targets for it here, in the Synergist, the Rambler, and the Hull Drifter. That's a Gastel Thrill Roller. Don't really care about that. We're seeing some blue-red cards here as well in the boosted sloop. I will take Keen Buccaneer. Just need to start taking some creatures for the curve. And Gallant Strike. Ooh, Dismal Backwater as well. There's Midnight Mangler and also Voyager Quickwelder, which are both fine cards in their own right. But I do think Gallant Strike is premium removal in this format where you're dominated by a bunch of big green things. So now we have 5 removal effects. Now I'm good. Now it's like, I'm happy with where we're at with the removal. So now I can just take more creatures. Here I'll take the Keen Buccaneer. I do like that more than Slick Imitator. Just, you know, nice filtering. Just always a solid body. Here, nothing really for us in blue-white. There's a Night Market, which helps us splash, or Collision Course as another interactive spell. But I just don't have anything worth splashing, and I still need more playables. So I'll take the Collision Course at this point. Then now I will take... Ooh, Flood the Engine. Wow. Camera Launcher is also pretty... Actually, Camera Launcher stinks. What am I saying? Let's take Flood the Engine. Oh, Diversion Unit, Pack 3, Pick 8. That's great. I like Nimble Thopterist as well. That would have been a pretty good pickup, but I think the Diversion Unit is better. All right, so we got, what, 6 2-drops, 3 3-drops. Could certainly use more things at this end of the mana curve. Sure, I'll probably play this. I have, what, 2 ways to start my engines. And this is just a random 4-mana creature, which I do like. This doesn't really feel like it's a Guidelight Optimizer deck. I just don't have a million artifacts. I think I'd rather just have more flyers. So I'm going to take Skystreak Engineer here over the Optimizer, just because I just want more mana sinks in the late game. Voyager Quickwelder's got to be better than the Mangler. I have a bunch of 2s already. Okay. All right, well, you know what? We tabled a bunch of random mediocre artifact cards, but I think that's going to work nicely with what we have here. Guidelight Matrix, not what I want. And at least, okay, here. At least with this deck, we have Evasion, we have a decent curve, and we have a reasonable number of creatures. Could play this and this as well. Maybe that. All right, let's see what this looks like here. Okay, let's just cut the cards that I don't love. right away. Is that the deck? Our curve is very low, but I think I still want to play 17 lands. I have 2 Keen Buccaneers and 2 Skystreak Engineers. One of my lands cycles. I have a couple of card draw effects. This lets me loot. So it seems pretty good. If there's something, and the thing is, I don't really have anything in my sideboard that I really want to play. There is an argument for this, but like, is it worth? It's just know that splashing is never free. And if I play this, I have to what? Play like a Dismal Backwater and at least a Swamp, or I also have to add Starting Column to my deck. It does give us a little more power in the late game, but I don't know if that's something I care too much for. I could still play the Swiftwing Assailant. My creature count is at 13, and this is a different artifact deck. Now, normally this is pretty bad, but we have a good number. We have some Start Your Engine stuff, and we're just looking to curve out and just, like, we can easily just win with flyers, which is why this is something to consider. Our mana fixing is pretty good, and like I said, my curve is kind of low. Will this deck run out of juice? I have a Cycler as well. I have a bunch of 2s. We have 2 good mana fixers, so like this gives us 9 blue and 9 white. And that's the biggest issue, is just not enough. Okay, you know what? Let's go 16. Let's go 16 and see what happens, okay? All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support, as it truly means a lot and allows me to continue making all of this content. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join an awesome community of like-minded individuals, who are trying to up their limited game. By the way, I'm a coward. I did add the 17 land back into my deck. 2 planes, this Surveyor. I don't know. Too much needs to go right, I think, for this hand to work. I will mulligan that. I will keep this. And yeah, I guess I can get rid of the Keen Buccaneer. These 3 drops seem better. They kind of work well together as well. And given that I mulliganed, I'm just not really looking to loot stuff away right now. Greenbelt Guardian, okay. One in the air. And curious which one to play. I guess this one blocks better. So let's just get this in play. I wonder what I should get. Like, is it broadcast? Oh, wow. Well, that needs to die. But then this becomes a 5/5 afterwards? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I have a Guidelight Synergist I can get, but I'd rather just get the other big creatures. I'm just gonna get that off the battlefield. If they want to spend their entire turn to pump the Greenbelt Guardian, that's fine. The thing is, I can't keep this back, because if they play land number 4 and attack me with the Guardian, there's not much I can do anyways. Wow, they went for it. Man, I wish I had like some way to punish them there. Oh well. Okay, well, I can Transit Mage for probably Broadcast Rambler, just because it trades with the Greenbelt Guardian. I'm not sure. I just feel like I'm not ahead enough here, or the board is... Like, I just feel like I'd rather have the combat stats of the Broadcast Rambler than... Oh, wow. Terrian plus Greenbelt Guardian. They've got some beef. Oh, man. This also works with the Regal... It's a dinosaur. All right, we're at 10. Collision Course. Yikes. That is not good. Okay, so Tarion plus Greenbelt Guardian is just game. God, this is so brutal. Because they also have the active Scrap Compactor. They just get to kill everything. They get to kill these 3 creatures here. Which is not ideal. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yep. They kill everything. Okay, well, if I draw an answer to Tarion, which we didn't. Stupid big green creatures. It's the secret to winning in this format. You just play a monster, and then if your opponent, yeah. Granted, I did take a lot of good removal. And I used a Gallon Strike on the 3-mana 5/4. So they just kept getting me. Oh well. That happens. Quick loss. Let's move on. Alrighty, lost the first. Let's hope to win 7 in a row. I don't think that's going to happen. We don't have enough power in this deck, but I will try my best, okay? Try my best. Let's play Night Market for blue. Turn 2 Leonin Surveyor into Voyager Quickwelder. This is just White's greatest hits. I have far too many white commons in my deck for this deck to actually be good. But here we are. Okay, blue-red cycling deck, turn 1, Mako. Okay. Speed down. Play the Quick Welder. I'm kind of holding off on the Collision Course. The Quick Welder does a really good job of blocking here as well. And it still takes some time to get the Mako going. They could Sky Crash this, maybe. We'll see. I'm also expecting a turn 3 Monument to Endurance or something. Nope, just a Glitch Ghost Surveyor. Okay. I just have, like, too much mana open. I feel like it's really, really tough for them to actually block here. Yeah. There's our assailant. Look at our curve. 2 mana white common into 3 mana white common into 4 mana white common. Oh yeah. Easy trophy, right? Easy trophy. We need to draw our blue cards. Our blue cards are the good ones. We also have a Perilous Snare, which would be fantastic because we're pretty likely to get to max speed next turn. Well, them leaving up all that mana is kind of scary. I can't really attack on the ground. So I guess we will attack with the Assailant, because they can pump the Proudcatcher Specialist. I suppose I could have bounced this, but let's attack. Alright, we are on max speed. I'm gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Like, obviously, this leaves mana up, but I feel like there's a pretty good chance next turn, for example, they can just play like a Thunderhead Gunner or something, and I might be interested in bouncing that. And I just didn't feel like bouncing any of these cards in play impacts the board enough. I do have a Collision Course, which I can use to deal 3 damage to something, and then I also have this Roadside Blowout. Let's see what they do. Wow. That is extremely frisky. Okay? They're leaving themselves so vulnerable here by making this attack. But I guess their thought process is they're not blocking with either. Here comes the gunner. Oh, just a hull drifter? Yeah, that's not gonna... Okay. Hold on. I gotta think here. I do want to bounce something. I'm just not sure what. Because I can kill the specialist. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Okay. Was that a good turn? So even if they kill the assailant, I can pump the diversion unit, so... Wow. What a ridiculous turn that was. They have no board. They do have 7 cards in hand. Okay, Mako. They're just going to need so much here to actually win, right? Broadside Barrage, sure. So they have 1 blue up. Okay, now they have 2 mana. 4 cards in hand. Okay. Well, Transit Mage was certainly a good draw. I don't want to target the diversion unit because I can use that to counter things. So let's pump up the Surveyor because now that can attack through the Mako. And this is still a lethal attack, but obviously it kind of just depends on what they choose to do with the 2 mana that they have left. Like discarding Howler's Heavy would be very good. Sky Crash. Okay, so we're going to counter that, of course. And then now they have to chump block the Surveyor? Sure. So now they're at 1, and then we have 3 attackers here with the Transit Mage. And given that they're at 1, I think just getting Broadcast Rambler makes a lot of sense again. Just that gives me 2 permanents. Hull Drifter would have also been totally fine. Another Mako. Okay, well, they got a lot of the good signpost cards here. Double Mako. Triple Mako. Wow. And a Chandra? What? Okay, well, I don't think this is enough, though. Fortunately. Wow. Triple Marauding Mako, a Chandra, Broadside Barrage. Okay, they got some goodies. But they're dead. They can get in for 3 to send a message, though. Nope. All right. Wow. It turns out we needed every last resource on that one turn where we, like, collision coursed and bounced a bunch of stuff. Like, all of that was super, super important for us to actually win that game. So, yeah, Perilous Snare. Turns out it's a good card. Turns out it is a good Magic card. 1-1. Okay, opponent on the play. We got cards we can play. We have an Island of Plains, a turn 2 Walking Sarcophagus, some 3-drops. Obviously going to keep this. Okay, Blossoming Sands, turn 1 from the opponent. Okay, we drew Flood the Engine. Always good to just have some removal spells in hand for potential bombs. Like Lagarin. Alright, well, let's see how bad this gets for us. But I would probably, like, depend if they just play anything reasonable here. I mean, turn 2 Lagarin on the play. If they play a Mount here, that would be disastrous. To the point where it's like, almost, yeah. Oh my gosh. So they went turn 2 Labyrinth, turn 3 Venom Sac, Lagak, Brightfield Glider. Nice. Nice. I feel like I'm on the defensive here, so I just need to not get damage in. And I just use this to block one of these. And they can't saddle 2 things, so I get to save 2 damage to myself. By not attacking. Because they can, sure, they can saddle up something and attack. But they can't saddle up both. And I'm happy trading this with one of the 2/2s. Oh, never mind. Oh, Cloudspire Captain. What? This is crazy. I've never been beaten down this badly before. This is such a nice, solid, aggressive start. What do I do? I can kill a Venom Sac Lagak. Is that where we're at? I can also play Pride of the Road, which does a pretty good job of blocking the ground. I feel like I need to kill this captain. All right, let's play Pride of the Road. All right, Bright Glass Gear Hulk. I don't know. Gallant Strike on Pride of the Road. Run Over. There's a lot of things that just completely they just win on the spot here. So next turn I can go Skystreak Engineer plus Collision Course on the Cloudspire Captain to kind of shrink things down. The Venom Sac Lagak is a free attack. I mean, I had a 2-drop, 3-drop, and a 4-drop, but it's just like, I'm at 12 and it's not remotely close. So they played Veteran Beast Rider. The best uncommon in green-white. Hey, you know, it's really nice to be able to just find new ways to lose. And this is happening right now to us. This is unbelievable. Their start. All right. I just straight up got beat down. Like, just straight up crushed. GG's. That, like, when you draft a green-white deck, like, when you see the spoilers going into Aetherdrift, you're just like, that's the draw that I want. That is it. Wow. I'm still kind of reeling. And now I'm playing the rank 3 player at 1 and 2. This is going to go really well for us, I think. We're on the play. We're mulliganing. Okay. I'll keep this. Bottom Pride of the whatever. Pride of the Road. Okay, we need a land here. Guidelight Optimizer, sure. Okay, we drew the land. See, the deck's at least trying. The deck is at least trying. Next turn, if we miss on a land, we can play Stock Up. If they play like a Pactol Terror, like, I didn't want to use Perilous Snare on the Optimizer. Obviously, I want to get to maximum speed as quickly as possible. But I want them to play something that's worthy of killing. And right now, I just don't think they have something. Casting Stock Up for a land doesn't feel great, but I think I have to. So Collision Course is very good, obviously. I'll go with Collision Course and Island. Like, Broadcast Rambler is also good. I just feel like they're gonna have, like, every time I play against an artifact deck, they just play some stupid artifact. Like there's a, it's just always a Salvation Engine or something, and I'm gonna need just some way to kill it. Mutant Surveyor, Ticket Tortoise, and Guidelight Optimizer. Just gonna empty out their whole hand. Well, I guess that's dead. Wish I had the broadcast rambler. Now is the time to get my engines going, because Mutant Surveyor is kind of annoying. And I do have a collision course if they play a big artifact. Nah. I'll just play the Guidelight Synergist. Just exhibiting patience, I think, is very important. They're going to spend all their mana? Oh, okay, so that means they don't really have too much else going on. Okay, well, they're keeping the Optimizer back. Midnight Mangler, that doesn't matter much. Okay. I'm going to play this out. It also pumps my Guidelight Synergist, which I really like. They're at 14, okay. We got some flyers going. 2 speed. And nothing worthy of collision coursing just yet. I'd rather just play the flyer here. Now, they can attack me for 3 here if they want. With the Midnight Mangler. But if they do, I can't attack them back on the ground. And they scooped? Okay. They must have been 1 and 2 with a rough deck. But I don't... Well, I mean, we did play the Perilous Snare, but I didn't feel like it was over there. That seemed like an early concession. But I guess there was just... I don't know. Maybe they had to go. 2 and 2. Somehow we lose to... yeah, we lost to a Platinum player with the absolute nuts, and then we beat the rank 3 player. So you never know. It's just how you draw the cards, right? So the key is just draw Perilous Snare every game. That's the key. All right, 2 lands here. Diversion unit turn 2 into Leon and Surveyor seems like the thing. Wait, you have a 1-drop? Ooh. Sure, whatever. I'll take the 1, and then they'll take 2, and then I'll start my engines. What? Well, that just gets way more annoying. Sure. I guess we're racing. Ooh! Alright, 2 speed! It's a better use of my mana too. Thrill Seeker is also just a really good creature on this board. And then, as long as they don't kill the snare... we can just keep building up our speed. A land here would not be bad. That was not great. Play a Surveyor. It's okay, we will hit max speed next turn, which is good. And it's not like the Paragon is a particularly good card. Like, I would love it if they just randomly decided to pump the Paragon here, but I don't think they're going to. This would have been a land! Crypt Caller's Chariot. Wow. Okay. Well, I probably want to kill that. Because that can attack me for millions. And then I say flood the engine for something else. Making this a 3-2 is nice, because now it's like, if the Dynamite Diver somehow dies, they can't kill my Diversion unit. Not good against Grim Bubble, though. Okay, So big damage coming through this turn. We're taking 7. Holy cow. Okay, that's a bulwark. Our mana is just destroying us right now. Man. They have 2 cards. Trading 1 damage for 3 damage. Feels like I want to do that. They play something big. Ooh, they didn't have something big. Oh, and I drew a roadside blowout. That's really good. So if they kill my Leonin Surveyor, if they have Siphon Fuel, it's bad? Come on. Okay. Let's bounce this. Alright, no land. They don't want to upkeep Sack the Bauble, I guess. Okay, Dynamite Diver. Okay, no land still. I am casting stock up for lands, by the way. Alright, here we go. I am literally just getting 2 lands. Because I want to be able to play Broadcast Rambler maybe next turn. We'll see. It doesn't really matter. I am at a really low life total, though, so it is still pretty scary, just because we haven't really been able to put more in play. Just not being able to find those lands. The Siphon Fuel is really big, too. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm at 1. Holy cow. Jeez. Oh god, and I don't have the blue source either. So now I have to... This is brutal. Okay, I have to pump this. Flood this. And just pass. And then we'll see what they draw, I guess. And they have to attack. If I draw a land, I probably want to play 2 creatures. Like, they absolutely should be attacking here, I think. Alright. Okay. So I didn't draw the land. Alright, let's play the Rambler. Just try to be mana efficient where we can. Let's make a 2/2 Thopter. Pass. Thunderhead Gunner, okay. Man, this is so scary. I'm at 1. And they're drawing action now. Did I use all my removal? I think so. Almost all of it. Okay, drew the island. That is very, very big. Okay. I want to put them on a 2-turn clock here. Like, obviously this is kind of risky, but I get to play 2 blockers here, so it's not that bad. So I get to go Skystreak Engineer. Obviously if they find Lightning Strike or whatever, I can't do anything about it. And then I can play Swiftwing Assailant. I'm on maximum speed too, so I can put a counter on the Swiftwing Assailant. And what that does is it means that the Thunderhead Gunner can't attack me. Alright, here we go. Very close game. Okay. Discarding Ironclad. Actually, I would have cycled. You cycle that and then discard, right? You'd absolutely cycle first. Okay, Kite and Great. They're digging. They keep finding cyclers. Oh! Oh my gosh. Wow. Man, that was a crazy game. So much back and forth there. We got the perilous snare going. Won us that game, obviously, but stumbling there just made it, and then going down to 1 life when my opponent has the dynamite diver. Oh, wild game. I think that one turn where they had like 6 mana and didn't upkeep the bobble, that it's possible that cost them the game. I'm not sure though. I'm just happy that we've pulled off 3 wins. And this is a nice hand too. Turn 2 Bulwark Ox into a 3-drop? You have a 1-drop. What the heck? Oh, okay. All right. Let's play the Ox. Like, you know, if they kill it, they kill it. But they need to play like a 3-power creature here? Ah ha ha. Fair enough. Ooh. Is that worth? Or should I just make a 3 for an attack and force the block? Yeah. Still good, right? Like, it blocked the Catalyzer, and I have a 3-4 Buccaneer on turn 3. So, it gave me good combat stats here, and then now I can get in for a big attack. Now, obviously, they had a Ride's End here, which is, you know, the worst case scenario, but I'm still happy with that sequence. Man, our deck, our hand had so much promise. So much promise. Sure. Do I bounce that? I probably do, just because I don't want to take 3 damage. Like, they get to loot again, but this also gives me the chance of just, like, drawing something to play. Which I didn't, but it gave me the chance. So they're like a push-to-limit deck, it seems. Our hand was so good to begin with. What happened? Ugh. Yep. Let's bounce the token so we can get in still. Right of the road. I'll keep the island in the hand. I think I have 2 Keen Buccaneers in my deck. It'd be cool if First Strike and normal damage triggered the engines separately. It's probably too broken, but look, I need every little edge that I can get. Pride of the Road was still just like a decent draw. Grease Wrench Goblin is the play from the opponent. Interface Ace, sure. So they can saddle up or crew up the Broadcast Rambler. Wait, what? Oh, I guess they don't have to. Two to the skies. Don't do it! Okay. I can't afford any more lands. Like, we have a lot of exhaust cards and stuff, and we have Stock Up, and we have Hole Drifter, and we have Transit Mage, and we cut it down to 16 lands. So, please let us just find one of those action cards to keep this going. Another Broadcast Rambler. Okay. It's a good card. It is a good card. They're playing it really defensively. It's raining islands. Okay, well. Okay, now we really need a stock up. Stock up or transit mage is kind of what we're in the market for here. Another bad sign is they're not using the goblins, so their hand is just loaded. Wow, these things hit so hard. And I'm at 16. This is like a forced double block. Okay, Pride of the Road down. Just trying to protect my life total as best as I can. Here comes the Voyager Quick Welder. Okay. Alright, hey, it's a creature! It is a creature. It counts. I think I got a double block again. Depending on what else they do. Why is this attacking? Crash and burn. Gallon strike. Okay. That's why it's attacking. Alright. Yeah, this is tough. They're on max speed too. Yeah, it's... I mean, the engineer was not a bad draw, but yeah, this is just a little too flooded. A little too flooded. Man, what a rough run. What a rough run in general. I just feel like it's... unless it's super open and I get a bunch of the uncommons, like, it just... I have not been having a ton of luck just drafting, I guess, white decks in general. But, like, I don't know what we were supposed to be there. Like, I didn't see that many green cards. We saw some black. It's just like a lot of the strength of your white is dictated by the Ramblers. Now, to be fair, like, our opponent, the last one, had a very removal-heavy hand, which dealt with kind of our good start. But even then, it's just like these decks just feel so underwhelming. Like, I don't want to play Swiftwing Assailant. Picked up 3 wins, but blue-white just doesn't seem to be getting it done for me. Blue-black is probably a little bit better. But anyways, yeah, blue-white hasn't been feeling so good. So for me, I think we don't have a lot of drafts left. But I'm going to just, like, probably almost actively look to avoid this color combination. It just has not been doing me any favors. I think the best way to approach it in general, unless you have Mendicant Core, it's like blue-black base with better interaction. Black is a way stronger color, so blue-black just works a lot better, and you have Pact All Terror. And then if you want to splash white, you can splash white for Broadcast Ramblers, Perilous Snares, Guidelight Synergists. Like, a lot of the white cards are highly splashable. That's probably the direction that you need to go. Just a straight blue-white deck I've had horrible success with, just because oftentimes you can just totally whiff on the commons and not get there. But it's okay. Not every draft can go well, and this one certainly did not. We went 3-3, and hopefully we can turn this around in tomorrow's draft. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all of your support. Additionally, check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some booster packs to open or singles for your constructed decks, they are the place to go. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. And last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmat sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, heavyplay.com is the place to go. heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. I should have been black-red. That's what I should have been. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.